But I think that he would be kind and respectful, as he was to some woman that had 7 husbands.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
Yeah.
the point is, and Paul said the same thing in another epistle. Maybe Paul wrote this, but he said, if possible, be it
Yes, if possible,
men.
all men.
Yeah. Okay. And I think what you just said there, tying it in with this concept, is we want to have peace with all men, but not compromise the truth.
Amen.
Oh yeah, you can't compromise the truth.
We do not compromise the truth in order to have peace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't fellowship with the darkness, like go out and hang out with somebody without being firm in our position.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't have fellowship with darkness, and one of two things are gonna happen if you're gonna fellowship with somebody that's in a right sinner. Either they're gonna get converted, or you're gonna, usually, or they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Or the Christian's gonna compromise and have a problem on that side. you know?
Absolutely. But keep in mind the point that the cross-reference verse he said, if possible. Sometimes it's not possible to be at peace with certain people. Okay? And that's even practicing all the principles, and that's not banging them in the head with the Bible or anything like that. There's some people that you just flat can't be at peace with. And the devil's so ingrained within those people. You say red, they're going to say black, or you say white, they're going to say black. You say 1, they're going to say 100. You know, I mean, there's just no way that they're going to come to any agreement with you on anything. They're just contentious people. And so it's not possible to be at peace with some people.
Let me ask you.
But you should explore that possibility first before you, so to speak, write them off.
Let me ask you to tie it up within 5 minutes so we can have time for a
You bet.
prayer.
Now it also says here, pursue peace with all men and the sanctification without which no man will see the Lord. And sanctification without which no man will see the Lord. And again, I think that this is a tying to the whole concept of the new covenant versus the old covenant, and I base that on 1 Corinthians 1 chapter, or 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 30. Daniel, you're going to get that for me.
1 Corinthians what?
Chapter 1 verse 30. And
Okay, but of him are you in Christ Jesus.
not so quick.
Okay.
You're on, this is your moment in the sun here. You're on, the camera's running.
Yeah, right there.
Project your voice. Articulate your words.
But nobody's looking at me.
But of him are you in Christ Jesus, who of God is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption.
So Christ is made unto us wisdom, righteousness, sanctification, and redemption. And holiness. And this is the great good news. And without that good news, which the old covenant does not have, you see, what does it say?
You read again?
No, not there, here.
Oh, Hebrews.
No one sees the Lord. So, pardon me?
Impossible.
Yeah. It says impossible? Yeah. And so it's impossible without that to see the Lord. And you don't have that within your system. You don't have 1 Corinthians chapter 1:30 within your system. That's why you got to go sacrifice the calf every year or whatever, and so on and so forth, and the continuation of all these things. And then it says in verse 15, see to it that no one comes short of the grace of God, that no root of bitterness springs up and causes trouble, and by it many be defiled. No root of bitterness. Oh, bitterness over what?
Just anything in life. Sin causes bitterness. People unforgiveness causes bitterness.
People cause bitterness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't they?
Pride.
Yeah,
Pride
pride.
really causes.
Yeah. You know the one thing bitterness does? The one thing that bitterness loves to do more than anything else? There's one thing that bitterness loves to do.
Complain.
Think for a second. Let me go through this a few times, and you think very, very well about this question. What is the one thing bitterness loves to do more than anything else?
rob you of your joy, your peace,
That's good.
your relationship with Christ.
All right, that's good, but it's on the target, but it's not the bullseye.
Turn you away from God.
On the target, but not the bullseye. The one thing bitterness loves to do more than anything else.
Make you alone. You
Give up the race.
can't be with anybody if you're bitter.
Have more time forgiving.
Makes you complain too.
Okay, I don't think you guys are going to get this one, and we're short on time, so I'll give it to you. One thing bitterness loves to do more than anything else is to expand, to grow, to gain more territory. Bitterness always starts out small and always expands. And its goal is to expand. It loves to expand to the point to where it will totally take you over. And you know, oftentimes that bitterness, that seed of bitterness that comes in you as a result, on one hand, of no fault of your own. The only fault that maybe of your own is letting it in. In other words, somebody wronged you. Somebody did something wrong to you. You didn't do something. Maybe somebody did something to you. You were just minding your own business, trying to be a good person, and somebody abused you, ripped you off, took advantage of you, hurt you, whatever the situation be. And then that bitterness comes in just a little bit. You didn't do nothing. But once that little contamination comes in, its goal is just to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and to totally absorb you. That's the goal of bitterness. So one thing it loves to do is get bigger. It loves to get bigger more than anything else and destroy your testimony and your Christian experience with Christ.
I've seen
It's like
people
weed.
alive.
Okay.
Let me ask, Dwayne, will you do the